But yeah, guys, I have typed Muhammad Ali in the past. I think it's wrong, so we'll get him on here to get him right. Um,
I feel like they're constricting mine, my free will.
so they got him as ESFP. I accidentally typed him ENFP. We're gonna look at him today. We're gonna get fucking Muhammad Ali right so we can.
All right, so I guess I'll start with direct versus informing. So direct language is going to be clear, concise, and to the point. And informing language is going to be kind of like vague, wordy, beating around the bush. Direct language likes to choose its role in the conversation. Informative people, it's kind of like they want to get you to buy in, and then they'll provide you with information to let you make the decision on what they're making. But because of the vagueness of it, I feel like that yeah, it could be interpreted in a few different ways, and sometimes it's just like you don't even know what the hell they're saying because it's so wordy and so vague. And then we have initiating versus responding. This is pretty straightforward. It's not the best metric to use when it comes to typing people, because sometimes you get introverts that enter a more initiating kind of role, and vice versa. But basically, initiating means having a preference for starting conversations, and then in the process of conversations, starting new topics of conversation or changing the subject. Responding people are gonna more stay on the topic rather than change the subject. Then you have process versus outcome. So what we're looking for here, process is, we also call it journey, or we call it progression. So these people, they're going to be going through the steps, whether it's if they're giving an anecdote, they're going to go step by step by step. If they're generally with everything, they're going to talk about the steps. They're going to talk about the how to in some cases. Mercer likes to say that process people, it's the way process people talk, it's more like a wave. Outcome people, it's more choppy. It's like Obama, it's like Trump. Well, they'll say something and then they'll kind of like stop, say something, stop. But outcome, they're not going to really be going through the steps. They're not going to be talking about the how to. They're just going to be talking about, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, without saying how we're going to get there. Affiliative versus pragmatic. So pragmatic people, they're going to be contrarian. They're not going to be going by the book. They like to do things their own way. Affiliative people are going to be more talking about interdependence, being part of a group, and so on and so forth. I think that's pretty straightforward. Pragmatic people are going to be more rule breakers. It's gonna be ends justify the means. They're gonna be doing what works, versus affiliated people are gonna be, again, because they're interdependent, talking about what's good in terms of what's good for the group. Then we have, so motive is gonna, all right, so structure or systematic, that's going to be more looking for like a consistent standard or measurement or process to achieve a particular goal. For instance, motive, or sometimes what we call like particularism, is going to deal with people individually. It's going to deal with situations individually, rather than having like a one size fits all kind of standard. So systematic people, they can sometimes miss like the human aspect, because they're just treating everybody, like sometimes treating everyone like pawns, or just treating people like fucking cogs in their system, rather than the motive people, treating people more individually. Then you have concrete versus abstract. So concrete people, they're gonna talk about what is. They're gonna talk about what was. They're not gonna really be like looking into the future a whole lot. They're not gonna really have like a meta perspective. It's just like, we're in like the basic concrete reality, the tangible, what you could see, hear, taste, so on and so forth. Abstract people, again, they're gonna tend to be very future focused. That's one thing we might be looking for. They might have like a meta perspective, so rather than just focusing on the five senses, they might have like an overview, like an overview, or like a bigger picture kind of thinking. Sometimes it's pretty obvious when somebody does that. I guess, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, abstracts. It's gonna be the intangible, and it might be theories. Yeah, so on and so forth.
Let's start with the cognitive functions. So we have our judging functions first, which is TEFI and TIFE. So TE is organizing the external environment. Sometimes at higher levels, marshals resources. It particularly looks at data and statistics, measurable things that are measurable. While FI is more about internal valuing, internal assaying value, figuring out what matters to them personally. Even some have analogized it to an internal compass for their moral values. And next we have TIFE. They're both about understanding, but I look at it more like TI is essentially informal logic. syllogistic statements, if this then that. It breaks things down breaks things down and turns them into principles. And that's how they live their lives, especially at higher levels of TI. And we have FE now, which is about understanding the values of the group. They uphold the values of the collective, and they really feed off of the collective and honor those said values, and that's how they operate in the world. Now we have SCNI, SINE. These are your perceiving functions. SC is about experiencing the moment. It's about it being present, and etc. It's fairly concrete, so that's pretty understandable. Whereas NI is more about foreseeing the future, synthesis. They sometimes they're good at conceptualizations. They pick up on insights. They usually have what we call aha moments and etc. SI and now we're moving on to SINE. SI is more about reviewing the past, usually is stare decisis, precedent, things like that. And they're really good with bodily stasis and knowing their internal comfort or if something feels off to them. While NE is about inference, connections, interpretations. It likes seeing patterns, multiple patterns, and it's fairly future focused, but they see multiple possibilities where NI streamlines to a more singular possibility. It narrows down and refines it. Yeah.
At the age of 25 now, he calls himself Muhammad Ali, and he's unemployed as a fighter. His title is gone, ripped away by various boxing commissions in the name of patriotism. He's been sentenced to 5 years in prison for refusing induction to the United States Army. 8 years ago, he stood on a podium in Rome. An American flag blowing in the breeze, the Star-Spangled Banner being played. He was given a gold medal as an Olympic champion. People thought, here's a kid with a bright future, and he was known as the so-called credit to his race. He had talent in the ring, and he had maybe more talent outside of it. He loved ballyhoo. He loved putting on the nation with a great put-on that he was the greatest. He maybe was the greatest poet since Robert Frost. At least he had more of his poetry published, saying, Archie Moore must go in 4, things like that. But then the day after he became champion, he turned off a lot of the country by revealing that he was a convert to a religious sect known popularly as the Black Muslims and formerly as the Nation of Islam. And that antagonized a lot of the American people. So now his principal role is as a Muslim minister. He's had a varied career, an exciting, bizarre, celebrated career, and now perhaps a discouraging career. Or is it discouraging right now with this 5-year sentence?
No, sir, I would say what I'm doing now is more encouraging and I get more out of it than boxing. Boxing was only for self-gain, just beating up one of my brothers or somebody else's brother for money, possibly hurting them for life, which I didn't intend to do, and I'm lucky I never really did. But I would say I'm getting more pleasure out of lecturing.
So this is informative.
Informative.
At the various Muslim mosques converting so-called Negroes.
You're a minister of the Muslim faith.
Yes, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We preach his teachings throughout America to our people. And I enjoy this much better than boxing. Or if I didn't, I would still be boxing. I chose this over boxing.
What about jail? Now, you're appealing, is that correct?
Oh, yes, jail. That could come up, and if I should lose the appeal, then I'll have to go to jail, and I'll be out of there in a few years.
Have you thought about jail, what it might mean? Have you talked about people who've been in jail 5 years?
Well, we are taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that Black people actually have been in jail for 400 years. We've been here in America. But I don't worry about jail. If I believe in Allah, I believe in Elijah Muhammad as the messenger of God, and many great men have to go to jail. And so I don't pay no attention to it. If the time comes, I'll just have to go. Boys in Vietnam are dying for what they believe, and I can't get on them for dying for what they believe, so I'll just have to, and they're dying to free foreign people 10,000 miles away. So I'll just have to suffer so that the so-called Negroes could be free, so they could have idol and the image.
I'll just have to suffer. Okay.
That's like SI inferior.
Yeah. And, he's going on his little ENTP rant.
Foreign people 10,000 miles away. So I'll just have to suffer so that the so-called Negroes could be free, so they could have idol and the image they can look up.
All ENTPs, they're suffering for other people. That's when they're kind of using it in an angelic way, I would say a lot of times. And, they're saying they're suffering for other people. That's when they're usually on fire.
They didn't sell them out.
Do you think you can do more for your people by going to jail?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes,
There's a report that your manager, Herbert Muhammad, advised you to enter the Army. Is that true?
No, sir. No, sir. He couldn't do nothing like that. Everything I do is of my own. He couldn't advise me to go to the Army. When did that report come out?
That report was in a New York paper about 2 weeks ago.
No, I didn't. This is just rumors. They can't believe that I'm this strong. They thought they would weaken me and put fear in me by threatening me to go to jail and taking my earning power.
They can't believe that I'm this strong. SI. That's SI.
But they also are like,
That's SI inferior actually going like aspiring. So yeah.
Power. And they won't let me work in America. The government won't let me leave America where I can work. And I'm getting stronger. And it shakes up a lot of people to see that.
I'm getting stronger. SI inferior again.
Strong. It also makes other so-called Negroes strong who are facing the same problems, and in this way, I think I can do more for my.
Oh, I'm a martyr. Let's fucking riddle me this.
People. They've never had a big black man that just stood up and identified with the struggle of his people 1,000%. Once they can get them a white girl, a blonde, a brunette, or $100,000 home, or a show on Broadway, usually every Negro watching this show now will tell you that you can't talk to them. They're too big to be with other people. They go marry other than their own kind. And I'm so happy, proud to become great in boxing, to become the greatest one that ever lived. The greatest.
You're still the greatest.
Yes, sir. The greatest boxer that ever lived. I'm the first one that they had to take a title from in the history of all of the red, white, and blue.
When I was younger in typing, that tripped me up a lot because he talked about the greatest this, the greatest that. And I typed that for TEFI. So I came to ENFP with Muhammad Ali when I was first typing. But as you get better at typing, you notice fucking ENTPs like to gloat like nobody else's business. They are secret, covert narcissists.
American title. I'm the first one that they tried to make the world believe that wasn't the champion, and never has been beaten.
What about this title now, Ali? If you're in jail 5 years, can you come back and be the champion?
Well, I don't know. I'm not really worrying about boxing. The more I'm in the spiritual works that Elijah Muhammad preaches, preaching the word of Allah, God, I forget about sports. It's not in my blood. I don't eat rare steaks no more. They make you vicious. I just eat lamb now and fish, holy foods, and this keeps me from being vicious.
Poetic,
I really
abstract.
don't miss it. I have nothing else to gain. I've been the best Germany had to offer, the best that Canada had to offer, England, the best that America had to offer, 2-time United States Golden Glove champion, AAU champion twice, Olympic gold medal.
That's what
defended the title 9 times, predicted the rounds on my opponents, wrote poems in poetic fashion, how they would fall, and
predicted the rounds, anticipation, all this other shit. This is abstract.
I cannot go no farther in sports. And another thing I like to say, I'm the only black man.
Well, that's a Mercer quote. You just quoted me. That is a Mercer quote. I've seen that Mercer quote. ENFPs always go back to religion. That's a Mercer quote. That's a direct Mercer quote. God damn it.
Now say have a champion I would say Marciano, that's undefeated and retired.
That's true.
So
I know it's
Joe
me.
Louis came back. He let the people down. He got beaten. Sugar Ray was a black pride, and they got him beat up. But I'm the first one that
so
they
you
never
think you might just stay undefeated?
Yes, sir.
Is there a conflict now? You say, and I certainly believe you and have been with you for long enough to know that you're very sincere in your beliefs, that you're a man of God now, a minister. Is there a conflict between that and being a prize fighter?
Well, yes, we don't believe in
Man of
sports.
peace.
We don't believe in sports, and we
The
don't
Muslims you're speaking of.
right. We don't consider boxing that violent. It's just a sport. It's nothing. Our intention is not to kill. All we use is a fist and they're padded. We have referees, doctors, and judges at ringside. The intention is to beat the man, outpawn him. And I've been criticized for not hurting men and been criticized for carrying them because I don't like to hurt nobody. I showed all this in my fights. But if I did fight again, the only reason was to get out of debt. This is the only way that I have to make the necessary money to pay my draft lawyers, which I owe $280,000 that I spent in the
$280,000 for your appeals and your trials and so on.
Fighting for justice cost me that much, and then other things, back alimony to the wife, and I can't pay nobody now because I'm not allowed to work and out the country. So if I did fight, it'll be for those reasons. But just boxing itself, I could box tomorrow if I want to. I could just go to the gymnasium and box, but it's the money.
3 years ago, when we were coming on the way from Boston in Big Red, your great bus with Boudini, Brown, Otis 5X was driving. We had quite a gang. You said to us, Whitey's get in the back of the bus, which we dutifully did. And we had a lot of fun. The last fight, just even though you had all this on your mind and all the pressure, you were with Boudini and you put on the Dracula masks with Saria, one of your trainers. And we had a great time up there. And people who knew you, and you've had a lot of criticism in the press, but people who lived with you and knew you, knew what kind of person you were, and you enjoyed being champion. The people being around you and the notoriety and the celebrity, you enjoyed that. Do you miss that now?
No. As I said, I can't go no higher in boxing. There's no one I could beat who could get me more praise than being a boxer. I'm always around people. I'm still around people every day. I'm around 6 of them traveling with me today. Every city I go to, people are waiting for me. I just left college here,
MIT
University.
And you were well received by a predominantly white audience.
Yes, everywhere I go. We was up at Fairleigh Dickinson in New York, CW Post, Iona University, Canisius University.
Most likely to build the code, ENTP. I think any in-dom is likely to build a code. Like, you got Jesus with Christianity. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. You got Muhammad with fucking INTJ, with the Muslim, Islam, whatever you want to call it. Then you got all these random ENTP cults that's online.
And Penn State and Morgan State College and Princeton.
You like to be with people.
Oh, yes. So by me not boxing didn't take nothing away from me as far as fame is concerned, or people. I can always hold my head high. I can always put on a necktie, and I can talk. Most boxers, you bring them on this show now, even the ones fighting, they couldn't talk like I'm talking now.
Well, nobody can talk like you can talk.
Yeah, so
everybody's enamored by talking.
Back on, so I can't just ask the question in long.
Verbal agility.
I just can't miss boxing.
Verbal
Do you remember,
agility.
Ali, that night when we were on the bus? We were in Yulee, Florida. We stopped to get some food. It was a Jim Crow diner. They threw Boudini out, and you didn't go in.
I told him not to go at first. I told him not to go because I can tell. I went in first, and the man said something about we don't serve Negroes. I said, yes, sir, I'm sorry. And I went because we who are Muslims don't believe in forcing our places of self.
And you said to Boudini that night, you said, you're following Martin Luther King and people like that, and you're wrong. Did you not?
No, I don't remember saying that. I didn't mention him. I'm sure I didn't.
I don't remember saying that.
I said,
but I think you said something about that wasn't the way to go about it.
Well, I said, if the man don't want you there, and this is his restaurant, and if he hates you that much to put you out or to shoot his own white brother to keep you out, there's a possibility that vanilla milkshake you want. And he go back and fix it. He could, spit in it. And I'm sure if somebody spit in the milkshake and mix it up, you couldn't see it. And I don't see why you have to be sick mentally to want to force yourself into places where you're not wanted. You see the man hate you. You see they don't want you down here. I want you to leave him alone. We're going somewhere else. He said, no, I'm going in. I'm an American. I'm American. I got a right to go. I said, well, come on out. I bet you I'll come out with what I want. 5 minutes later, he came out with nothing. Just treat me like that. Oh, my man. I said, I told you.
Is that FI
people alone, they didn't want you.
Making fun of the guy at FI?
So we went down the street.
That FI we
could eat in. Right, we could eat in.
I'm not wondering if that was FI Trixie making fun of
damn
FI. Like,
bro, don't get us canceled. Don't get us canceled.
I said, well, come on out. I bet y'all come out with what I want. 5 minutes later, he came out with nothing. You should treat me like that. I'm a man. I said, I told
Stop
you,
with
leave
the
the people
John
alone. They didn't
slander.
want you. You just make yourself look like a fool. So we
Bro, what the fuck are you talking about, E. Kevin? Shut your dumb ass up. You said, Mercy, you have no shame of typing in ENFP. Motherfucker, I said I
We made
typed in ENFP, you
mistakes.
stupid
He made a
motherfucker.
mistake.
The fuck are you talking
People,
about,
when
bro?
we kept, and he
You dumb
keeps
motherfucker.
progressing, and he holds himself accountable, unlike you
Right.
dumbasses.
Like, Jesus Christ, E. Kevin, come on here with this stupid shit. You still ask me what TE is 3 years later, bro. Shut the fuck up. This guy, there's an actual reason why I mistyped Muhammad Ali. Is because he's a fucking 3, right? And 3s are very braggadocious. And usually
Yeah.
you would think TE is attached to braggadocious. So obviously, being not as good as I am now, I would miss that. You're just fucking lucky your ass is here. Okay? So shut the fuck up. You can only talk about John because you come into this fucking channel, motherfucker. But if you was anywhere else, you wouldn't know what the fuck you were talking from your hands, from your ass, okay?
We went on down the street, another white restaurant. We could eat in. Right,
Yeah.
we could eat in.
Yeah. But tell us about the Muslims now. As I said, the day after you won, you remember that very well. Sonny Liston, the big old bear, as you call him, sat in his corner, quit to you. You became champion of the world. Everybody thought this is a refreshing young man.
I always wondered what was his trainer talking about. I'll let you finish right after this. You know what his trainer was talking about when Liston sat on the stool?
No.
He said, Sonny, get up. The bell rung. Sonny said, my mama didn't raise no fool. I'm standing right here on my stool.
You got that poetry still going.
Yo, Cass, he's an ENTP, bro. He's an ENTP.
Yep.
Muhammad Ali's an ENTP. Okay.
ENTP.
He's a 3 though. He's a 3. So it's a lot different. You get a lot more bragging than like ENTPs who like try to hide that bragging. Like there's ENTPs who try to hide it, but Muhammad Ali's in your face. I'm the greatest of all time. There's no one greater. I've done things that no one else can do. Yeah. Yeah, that type of shit. But yeah, he's ENTP. We just we literally said that in one of our, what is it, the sports athletes? What you call it? Like Muhammad Ali's ENTP.
Yeah.
But it's just good to get him like done on video. Yeah. E. Kevin, E. Dummy. I mean, Angelina Jolie. What's your excuse for that? You had a heart attack thinking she was gonna be an INTJ. You were willing to bet your testicles on it. All right, so 3W4, Muhammad Ali. Yeah, bro. I mean, if you keep typing people, bro, you're gonna miss the type people, bro. It happens. Like, but you just gotta own your shit, bro. When you get it wrong, like you better ask Zara. I get so mad about that shit. I'm like, fuck. But it is what it is. All right, so Zara, what are we typing in Enneagram? 3W4. What are we going with? That's a tough one.
I mean,
that is a tough one. That is a tough one.
I don't even know if he's self-pres. Like, oh, God, I don't know. I don't think he has any. I mean,
you don't think he got any self-pres? That's crazy.
I mean, he might, but I mean, he was willing to go to jail. I don't know.
I mean, but still, like, I still would say
he's more. That's
what I'm saying. I think he's.
I mean, he is SO on the front. I was thinking SO, but I can't. But SX, SP, like. I don't know, like ENTP with self-preservation doesn't go.
I know, but you actually get a lot of ENTPs who are like self-preservation 3, like Jess is self-preservation 3.
I mean that's a rare one.
I mean,
it's true. It's a rare commodity though. Okay,
I think he's got to be SP. I think because outside of him going to jail, you really ain't hear too much about Muhammad Ali.
No. Yeah.
I mean,
okay. Just put SP. The SP. That's fine. I think that's good. I mean, it makes sense, but I mean, the thing is, think about his fighting style, though, Mercer. He literally took blows on purpose, so just to tire the guy out. Like that doesn't sound self-preservation. I think.
I mean.
I think I don't know, like I feel like if you're gonna give him SP, it's like we have to put it like on a different scale. We're gonna have to grade it on a curve with an ENTP.
I I mean, but ENTPs are so good at sabotaging their lives and like fucking just going broke or like whatever the fuck. Like, think about Tyler Buff and shit, man. Like, he's definitely
well, but I mean, if we're gonna give him SP, that
well, let's just be honest. He's like somebody said it the other day. Like, some people are so developed that like they don't really have a blind spot. So I would say maybe he doesn't even have one really. You know, like somebody said the other day, and I was like, yeah, that does kind of make sense. Some people develop so much that like, you know, maybe they don't have like big enough blind spots as some other people.
He wasn't complete. He's not completely socially blind. He's not. He's not completely self-preservation blind. But I don't know if he's self-preservation blind.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What do you think about subtype?
That's kind of tough. I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm gonna go D.
DN or age. DN.
DN.
Okay. That's beyond me.
And he's prodigy level ENTP.
Obviously.
Yeah, hands down prodigy ENTP.
He didn't crash it. He didn't crash it. He didn't.
That's what I'm saying. Like ENTP is so like I mean, if you think about it, ENTPs crash and burn faster than anybody else. Next to ESFP.
Jesus Christ.
Next to ESFP. They can crash and burn pretty damn quick and like self-sabotage themselves. They can have a considerable amount of fame and everything going for them, and they'll just like revolt and just flames on all that shit.
Yeah.
Kanye West style. That's suppressed dead. And then the crazy part, they cry about, man, I'm just trying to survive. I'm like, bro, are you serious? Like, that's crazy. All right, so Muhammad Ali's done.